is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We just got invited onto the Disgustingly Resilient podcast. We've been kind of messaging each other back and forth for a while now. Really cool interview. If you guys haven't seen it already, I asked if I can post it on my channel as well, and of course they said fuck yeah. So we recorded it. I'll link their description, everything below. But there's just so much that we talked about. I definitely want everybody to see it. Current state of Death Guard as is right now. Not the best, but still good. So we go over the positives, the negatives, everything you need to really know. It's a ton of list ideas. So if you guys haven't pulled out your fucking phone yet to jot down all these list ideas, make sure you have that ready, because we don't post them anywhere, we just talk about them. But there's so many list ideas. I might actually do a whole video on Death Guard specifically after the entire year of getting the #1 Death Guard play in the world. Just all the lists that were floating around in my head to kind of give you guys some practice and get that out there and see what works for you guys, because every list is different, every list is different tactics and stuff like that. So a lot of videos are still coming up for Death Guard on the channel, so we're not going to drop them, don't worry about that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys haven't seen them already, go check them out. They've been around for a while now. They focus strictly on the Death Guard meta and everything you need to know about Death Guard, so those guys are awesome. Completely different time zones, so you got the UK, WTC, and then you got the United States over here. But yeah, quick word of the sponsors. There's a ton of updated merch in the merch store. If you guys haven't seen that yet, everything is in the description below. NFLG is now sponsoring 40k Dirtbags as well. Those guys are legit. Jake is amazing. So yeah, a lot of shit coming up. So guys, appreciate it. Stay tuned and hopefully enjoy the video. All right, gents, thanks for clicking on the video. If you guys want to support the channel, go over some coaching options. Wait towards the end of the video. We'll go over all of this merch and the Patreon. But guys, I appreciate it, and let's go Dirtbag Nation.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Disgustingly Resilient podcast. It is a trifecta this week, but it's probably not the trifecta you were expecting. Well, the video title probably gives it away. So Death Guard Dave couldn't make it this week, but we do have another D. We've got Derek.
Another D.
Derek.
Yeah.
Dave out, Dirtbag Derek in. Hi Derek, how are you
Got
doing?
the big D invited. I love it. I'm good, guys. What's up, man?
Oh, good man.
The crown on the video was epic. I want that picture.
You do in that victory. So for those who don't know, Derek here from 40k Dirtbags. You introduce yourself, Derek. Go on, you introduce yourself and the amazing feat you've obviously managed to achieve this year. So I'll let you. I don't know why I'm introducing you. You take the reins, mate.
Dude, I'm so used to being in your shoes, like doing the interviews. So like, I love when other people talk, like, so I don't have to talk. But yeah, so you guys, I mean, if you are playing Death Guard, you've probably heard of the 40k Dirtbags. We've been doing it all year, but we run our own Dirtbags channel on YouTube. Links in the description below. I had to wear my typhus red, white, and blue hat today, just kind of show that off. But yeah, I just, you guys see my comments all the time with Disgusting Resilient. I was like, collab, and it takes till like the end of the season to place #1 Death Guard play in the world to finally get a collab going. But we got the collab going, so these guys are fucking awesome. I'm super excited to be here today. I just want to kind of, spread the love of the Death Guard. So good to get all the Death Guard, channels all together. So yeah, I'm super excited about being here today. So yeah, let's get into it.
Spreading the love of Death Guard, you definitely have been doing over the. So you set your goals this year, basically to try and get the rank 1 Death Guard player. And now, question is, what? Now, obviously, we know you've achieved it. Spoilers in the thumbnail. Got a nice little crown on there. But was it actually Worlds that actually tipped you over the edge? Or I think you were already. I can't remember if you were in second just before Worlds or if you were in first. And like just sort of by a little bit, and then Worlds really took you. So because you got past 1,000 points, which is pretty damn good for Death Guard.
Insane. Yeah, once I hit over 1,000, I was like, all right, I think I got in the bag. But I was #1 going into Worlds. #2, Nathan was not there, so that was like a huge sigh of relief that I didn't have to like go into it, because I was only down by 3 points to Nathan. And it's funny because Oscar, who was #3, we hung out the entire Worlds, and me and Oscar were talking like 2-3 weeks before Worlds, like, all right, what are we gonna bring? Because we met in Dallas, the Dallas Open. and we both went 6-0 with Death Guard, and like that's when I was like, oh shit, I should probably introduce myself to this guy. So he was number 3 going into it, so it was really just kind of race between me and him. But he was down by about 70 points, so he had to basically like win or top 8 LVO, and I had to be bottom 150. So it just didn't pan out. But really, it was me going into number 1, so that helped out by Nathan not being there, and then Oscar was number 3. So I kind of hit it before Worlds, but I needed to bring Death Guard to Worlds to like cap it. Like there was no question.
Yeah, like lock it in. Yeah,
I had to bring it, and I wanted to kind of end on Death Guard, like I did with Chaos Cult last year.
Yeah, because that was like your thing last year. You were like the Chaos Cult guy that was popping up every single. Like you were like the only like one person that was on Chaos Cult, just beating everyone with the army.
Everyone.
So obviously.
Sorry, everyone I went into, it was like, oh, you're the Chaos Cult guy. I was like, yep, that's me.
Hey, you're that Chaos Cult guy. Yep. That's me. Like every time.
The Chaos Cult as well, I have to say, because I'm CSM curious, shall we say, so I sort of was tracking it a little bit, and the list was really really cool. I watched a few of the videos, how it kind of evolved, and added some like Smash Demons and things like that. Yeah, it was quite a journey went on last year, so I've done it this year with Death Guard. It's obviously quite impressive. But I do have to ask, having new the Chaos Cult, were you never tempted by the Poxwalker attachment at any point? Because I feel like if anyone was going to take 120 zombies, you were kind of primed for it.
Let me go to my videos, because I'm pretty sure my first Death Guard video this year was Poxwalkers.
Yeah, you definitely had a battle report of you. Are you playing with?
Yeah, August 8th, 2025. I brought the Poxwalkers to a GT or an RTT. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that I mean, if you know my channel, I run like shit that nobody runs, so I try and like make it different, so that way it kind of like stands out. It's not just like, hey, here's Vectorum, all the drones, and that's it. So like my first Vectorum list had fucking Morty in it. You were like, wait, Morty's viable? Like, can he actually be running a GT? I don't know about the WTC, but the Games Workshop it's a little bit easier. But I try and run like lists that not a lot of people see in the current meta. I don't want to be like the bandwagoner, so I always like try and run shit outside of the meta. And Poxwalkers, obviously that was my first attachment because of the Chaos Cult spam, and it is not good at all. So you cannot run 120 boxes and have fun. It's just
that's not the play with it. Yeah, it
doesn't kill anything.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like Chaos Cults, the reason it works is because Dark Commune actually does kill things. 20 Poxwalkers, you might tickle something, but like that's about it. Like it doesn't really do damage.
The game's got two killing.
How many guys I've killed at Worlds with the Poxes, and it might have been like one model. I don't even think I brought any back. Like I didn't bring any extra. Like it was that bad. Like Poxwalkers literally don't kill anything.
Oh yeah. Like since that rule got removed, like Typhus can't res people anymore with it, like with his melee. Like I don't think I've ever rested any. Oh no, you know what? I'll tell a lie. I had a really weird turn where 10 witches bounced off 20 Poxwalkers and Typhus, and then I rolled to hit back and I got like 11 hits. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm like wounding you on like 3s and then got all wounds, and then you just failed every single 4. I was like, guess I'll get 9 Poxwalkers back. It's like the one time something's actually happened. Part of that though, yeah, you're right. Not much happens. So yeah, speaking on that then, obviously, as you said, with the sort of like playing a bit off meta, because I've been trying to like this year, I've been doing my every detachment challenge where I'm trying to basically either win an RTT or 4-1 at least with every detachment. But you obviously, what I haven't done yet is Taliban, and obviously you took Taliban to Worlds. So do you want to go through quickly the thought process of that? Obviously, I know you have there is a full breakdown of the list review on 40k Dirtbags channel. I have watched it, so if you want more in-depth there. But if you give like a quick sort of like quick roundup summary of why Taliban, so people can understand why. Because again, Taliban up to this point was kind of seen as like, especially your list as well, because a lot of people when you see Taliban thinking like 2 great unclean ones, a Rotagus, like or even 3 in a Rotagus, and you just go toughness 12 chonk spam, which like it works, but like you also hit a hard counter and you just fall flat dead. Whereas when I was watching yours, it's a lot more tricky, it's a lot more tricksy, and there's also a lot more focus on denying primary. Because I saw a lot like your first 2 games that you've recapped. A lot of the win was actually from just demolishing your opponent's primary. I think it was the Dark Commune player, actually Chaos Cult, ironically, who just had like 3 on primary, 3 on primary. He had like 1 turn of an 8, and that was it. So go on. What was the reasoning?
So that it's funny. I think his name was Josh P from the UK. That dude was fucking hilarious. Like we both just hit it off right.
I would know Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we just hit it off right from the beginning. He's like, I can't tell your sarcasm yet, but I was like, dude, just yeah, you can say whatever the hell you want, and I will be on board. And it's funny because like he saw me at the table. He's like, well, fuck. Like the only person the Chaos Cult player does not want to go into is the guy who created the Chaos Cult list. So that was just bad. And my buddy Keevil texted me like the game.
Probably.
What?
Just very quick. That's probably the only time he's ever gone to a table and asked the question, "Do you know what Chaos Cults does?" And the answer was yes.
Yeah. he's like, I literally have to play the Godfather of this fucking list. My buddy texted me like right after that game, Keeble. He's like, yo, you know you just beat the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world? I was like, fuck, really? Because he was running Chaos Cult. But yeah, so the list in general, what I found out, I think I went over this in the video, but like what the main reason I lost at LVO, I lost 3 games. The first game was against the Tau player, really good guy. It's just Tau with the wide open thing, just can't really do anything about it. And his
that board was horrendous as well.
Oh, dude, it's brutal. 2 Pathfinders lived. He went first, so he scouted forward and then kind of like shot my poxes and then was like on the line 9 inches away from my deployment zone. So I had to kill them to basically bring in my Death Shroud next turn. I didn't have enough on the board to physically kill the 10 dudes, so 2 guys lived after Spawn charged them, and Spawn don't do shit in combat, so Spawn charged them, 2 lived, and then at that point he basically just falls back and is there for the rest of the game. So that was the first loss. The second loss was against the Sisters player, where his kill team scout in the Rhino, scout up whatever, he gets out 8 or 9, and then he can use his Miracle Dice to make a fucking 8-inch charge on turn 1. So he makes the 8-inch charge into my Poxes turn 1, and now my Poxes hit back, don't kill a lot, but my Spawn again, counter charge, don't kill him, and then there's like 3 or 4 guys left at the end of my turn on my deployment zone. So then on his turn, top of turn 2, he moves out, falls back, blocks out that entire board edge. So my 2 losses was, holy shit, I have to kill something turn 1. Like that was the biggest thing I learned. So I have to start as much as I can on the board and be able to clear screens turn 1. Because our matches, if you guys haven't noticed, playing Death Guard doesn't start till turn 2. Like turn 1 is kind of like set up. Turn 2, now we can play the game. So that's what I really realized. So me and Oscar just been talking the entire time where we're like making a list, like, all right, what can we bring to fucking clear screens as best as possible? And then Plague Bus pops up. So he's like, dude, just try the Plague Bus. I was like, what the fuck does this do? So I try it. I'm like, okay, why have I not played this all year? Like this is just dumb. How good this fucking Rhino is. Speed 12, shoots 12. You can get out.
I think Playcasters without the Rhino equally strong, I have to say.
I was always the
like, next level.
Yeah, I was always the Plague Marines and the Rhino, like 2 5-man Plague Marines. I never liked the 10-man. I tried the 10-man when it first came out. It's just like 350 points that just dies in one turn. Like good players know how to kill it.
You can literally get a good trade off of it, and then you actually do the maths. You're like, cool, I killed a unit. I still need to now kill a second unit to get my points back, and they're dead.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
It made sense, I think, when the night meta was kind of around, because you had the big punch unit, and also when we were super cheap, and it didn't really matter that was an expensive unit because you had so much stuff kind of around it. But yeah, I think at the moment it's not the right meta. There's too much MSU, and you obliterate one 200-point unit, and then your 400-point unit just gets smacked down by like
you're getting to kill a 200-point unit. Will I get to kill like 5 rangers, and then the unit gets picked up.
Yes,
yeah,
so
it's rough, isn't it?
I did a video, and like really what gets you better at the game is just comparing points. So, all right, how many points is this unit? Did it kill that many points in the game? If it did, it's worth it. If it didn't, I need to either play them better or take them out of the list. So when you're thinking about it's what 190 plus 60 plus 60, that's 320 plus the Rhino. It's like 400 points. All right. Can this unit kill 400 points? If not, probably not a good idea. So that's when I started splitting the 2 5-mans and just use them as action monkeys, 2 obsec, toughness 6, fucking flames, all that stuff. But Plague Bus, D6 plus 3, AP2, D3 damage, and full rerolls to wound if they get out of the rhino and the rhino shoots at something. So the rhino is like 12 shots to try and hit something. Once it hits it, you're like, all right, now I get full rerolls to wound into that unit with my dudes. So that definitely can clear almost any Pathfinder unit or any kill team unit or whatever the hell you need. Whatever screen is going to die. So that's what I realized. So I put that in the list. We had 2 Plague Marines in the list in the Rhino. So 2 5-man Plague Marines, 2 solo Plaguecasters with the Rhino. That was like the idea. And then 2 Heavy Blight Launchers, 2... And then there was a Flamer Drone. No, there wasn't a Flamer Drone yet. Oscar had the idea of like, dude, we have an extra 5 points. Why don't we just drop a Plague Marine unit for a drone? And I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. More turn 1 clearing chaff with the Flamer Drone. All in all, I didn't play fucking Eldar All World, so I didn't even get to use it. But I think I should switch to a Flesh Mower drone instead of Flamer Drone. But that Plague Marine unit now goes to a 100-point drone for turn 1 again, clearing chaff. So that was kind of like the idea. So after making the list, I'm like, all right, I'm still probably going to put about 1,000 points of reserves, so I can only have 1,000 points on the table. So 1,000 points on the table, they have to be able to do turn 1 secondaries and clear chaff. So what stuff can I do for that? And it's the Plague Bus, 5-man Plague Marines, the Flame Drone, the 2 Heavy Blight Launcher drones, 1 Plague Bearer to sticky objective, 1 Poxwalker to just do turn 1 stuff, 1 Beast of Nurgle, and 1 6-man Nurgling. That's what's on the table every single game. And all of that, a bunch of different units go out, do whatever you need to do. And then they basically push forward, especially the Nurglings, to clear all of that path for your turn 2 Deep Strike. So that's kind of the idea of making the list is LVO didn't have any room to Deep Strike turn 2, didn't have enough to clear path. So this list clears the fucking path, and the Nurglings 6-man start on the line every single time, and then just fucking run forward. That's their only job, is to start on the line, maybe block some scouts, but turn 1, if I go first, move up 5, charge something. Maybe they die, maybe they don't. If they do, spend 1 CP, they come back, turn 2, outside 6, charge again. It's like, oh, great, you just killed, 6 Nurglings. Here's 6 more. Good luck.
So when you say on the line, just for the listeners, is on the line 9 inches from their deployment zone, I assume? So you basically put it so it's close to their army, because obviously they infiltrate, don't they? So like try and get a turn 1 and just gum things up.
Yep. So basically, any vehicle that you see on their line, you're going to try and get into. Anything that is going to block movement, like with knights, you're going to try and block movement. But if there's a vehicle on the line, you're going to charge that vehicle. Like just here's 9 Nurglings, here's a vehicle. If you have like any chaff units, like sometimes there's other Nurglings on the other side of the unit, or people with higher leaderships, like stuff like 7. We have a strat where if you fail your leadership test, you can't fall back. So if I move up, 5 and then charge and tie you up, you're probably not going to kill the 6 Nurglings like at all. And now you're stuck in combat. So if I spend 1 CP on your turn, you have to do a leadership test. If you fail, my Nurglings are now in combat, blocking you in your deployment zone, and you can't shoot them. So like
nice.
Here, and now I'm getting all the primary on turn 1. That's what works so well is the fucking Nurglings. They were MVP.
Do you also use the other then? Because you kind of alluded to it there. So if they can't shoot, but you can still shoot, then do you then use the 1 CP strat where you just shoot the unit that's in combat with them anyway?
Oh god, yes. So not just that, but sometimes you do their normal save instead of their invuln save. So you're like, all right, there's 2 Nurglings left. I don't want to have to roll a leadership of an 8 next turn. So you have a couple heavy bolters going into me. Oh shit! I'm just gonna take my regular save, and then they just die. So now these Nurglings get removed off the table without you having to roll a 5-up invuln save, and now you spend 1 CP without rolling the leadership test to bring them back down turn 2. So people don't really realize that, but you can choose which save you want to do. You want to do the invuln save, or do you want to do the regular save? So if you want people to die, like have a farther charge, you can like remove the guys up front by doing just a normal save, clearing them out, and then now the charge is farther. So a lot of tricks like that you could do. But yeah, you can shoot into combat with a demon unit, so it works with the Nurglings, but mainly for like Rodicus. So against the Chaos Cult player, he had 2 units of ACDC in combat with Rodicus, right? So not only is he OC0 across the entire board, but I can spend 1 CP on Rodicus to just blow up the AC/DC brick, and now he can't horde move because he's in combat as well. So it's like it was such a good combo. I was like, I'm sorry for what's about to happen, but I'm gonna fall back the Lord of Virulence. Rodicus is gonna stay still. I'm gonna spend 1 CP, and I'm just gonna neuter your entire AC/DC brick, and they can't move. So
nice.
It was bad. After
Sounds really
that turn
good.
2, it was kind of like over.
Yeah,
So
I also learned a few things watching the video as well, because I didn't realize it just because it's not something I look at because you assume they fixed them all at this point. Beckoning in Black lets you do rapid ingress in 6 inches still.
Oh, I didn't tell you that?
I did not catch that.
Oh, I didn't tell you
catch that. I saw it in your video, and I was like, wait, because obviously they've gone through and they've obviously fixed it for Death Shroud and stuff like that. I was like, I thought they fixed all them. And I looked at Beckoning Black, and I was like, oh my god, they haven't fixed it.
You're like, oh shit!
I didn't know
like
that.
you go back to the app and you just check real quick. You're like, fuck.
That was literally me. I was like,
Yeah. So
I was like,
I told Oscar that, and Oscar didn't believe me. So then I like second guessed myself. This was like before we went. I was like, wait, like this is right? And I posted like I was like, I can do this, right? Everybody's like, yeah. He's like, fuck me, like this is insane. So a lot of times like your Death Shroud come down or whatever, and then they charge in, and now like you don't want them to get charged by this really heavy melee unit. So if they're coming at you, we don't have a react to move, but we have a 6-inch fucking rapid. So I can bring down I can keep my 6-inch 6 Nurglings off the table if I don't need them on turn 2, and now they're like my rapid ingress, stop charging threat. So basically, you could just drop them literally right in front of your Lord of Virulence, outside 6 of them, as a rapid, and now they have to charge your Nurglings instead of your Death Shroud. So your Death Shroud lasts the whole another turn. You can Overwatch them as well. So basically, you have a rapid and Overwatch into this like melee unit charging into you. It's just it's not fun. And then you could also, if you have the CP, which you probably don't, but then you could countercharge. Like it's a lot of shenanigans that this detachment can give you that isn't in other detachments. Also rapiding 6 inches onto a point as well. So the Plague Bearers are 2 OPSEC with sticky. You're like, all right, I have 1 spawn on the point. You put, 2 random dudes on the point over there, like all the way on the other side of the objective. I'm going to rapid on this side of the objective, which is way more than 6 inches, 1 Poxwalk or 1 Plague Bearer. Now I have the point, and it's sticky on my turn. So that's what I'm talking about, like stealing primary and getting primary with the Lord of Virulence.
That's a really cool play. So one of the things I wanted to ask, because I think we kind of picked apart your list, and me and Dave just didn't get it at all. But like it makes a lot more sense now. We've heard from you, and you've kind of broke it down. Because me and Dave also did acknowledge that we're probably like completely missing the point.
Oh
of it,
yeah.
Which is
I was watching that video. I was laughing
this.
so hard. I was like, they just don't get it.
I get it now. I've heard it. At the time, I was just it was over my head.
Yeah. So the main.
Why?
Sorry, like
I was thinking, why not more Beast of Nurgle, or why did you keep the spawn over another one of them? That was like the biggest thing I thought was a head scratcher to me. But again, I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Yeah, so I'm pulling up the list now. The Spawn are definitely one of the best units we have in the game. They don't kill anything, they're just there, so they're just tanky. Speed 8, like, spreads contagion so much better. They're T7, which is dumb. 4 wounds, 5 of feel no pain. Like, they've taken, like, railgun shots, like, and just live. So they're there to spread also contagion, because if you pair them up with the Nurglings, like they scout 6. So if the Nurglings are starting on the line, you can like leave 1 Nurgling back a little bit, scout 6, and put them within 7 of the Nurglings. Now the Nurglings have contagion turn 1. So their contagion turn 1, if they get into combat, they're -2 to hit instead of -1. So it's like that combo is really good. If I have 3 Beasts of Nurglings, the Beast of Nurgle versus the Nurglings, they don't buff each other. They're just there. I played a Dark Eldar player, which is coming up in the next video. He had 3 bikes on his line. My Beast of Nurgle scouted forward behind cover. He moves up his bikes like 18 inches or something, or 24 inches, and then just puts 1 Melta to the face of the Nurgling and died. So I'm like, all right, cool. So there goes my Beast of Nurgle turn 1 from 1 Melta shot. It's very unreliable, because sometimes they just die to a last cannon shot. So if I have 3 of them, yeah, they're gonna move up and kind of just camp an objective, but that's it. Like they die really easily. Us going into Beast of Nurgles, we know what they do, so we just shoot one heavy blade launcher into it and it just dies. Like it's a 5-up save, so it's going to get shot, fail three times and it just dies. So if I have three of them, I'm kind of like wasting points by just not being able to bring other stuff that could do, more.
Okay,
So,
it's an interesting take. No, that's my Taliban list. It's very different to yours, two different things. I found that 3, if anything, I'd take 6 of them. I feel like for 65 points, I feel like they're cracked. But I also get it because they do sometimes just die. But people who know what they're doing have to either spend a real unit to do it, or they also have that one where like, maybe this is a situation with 3. One will normally just like dice scam someone at one point in the game, and it's sort of like they're just awkward to deal with. But having learned more about your list is not doing what mine is doing and what I kind of thought it was doing. So I can totally understand why because you're using like tools in a toolbox. You're not kind of like throwing sort of threats out and trying to like sort of bait people into like plays. You're very much playing. Sounds more like you're playing chess. From the way you've kind of built the list and everything's got a roll and kind of like setting up situations and traps. So it makes a lot more sense.
I guess the question is like, what is the role? So if you're like, all right, I'm going to bring 6 Beasts of Nurgle, what do they do for you? Like, do they just camp objectives? Do they slowly walk up the table? Do they deep strike within 6? Like, what do they do? And if it's like, they're my melee infantry tie-up, whatever it is, well, if you just bring 1 6-man Nurgling squad that can come back for 1 spawn instead of 2 spawn, that 6-man Nurgling squad could tie up stuff a lot easier and it's a lot cheaper. It's like, what role is your 2 Beasts of Nurgle doing for you? And if there's something else that can do that better, maybe you look into that for less points, Yeah,
it makes sense. I mean, I put 3 and I just put 1 on each objective turn 1 and just go, right, I'm going to hold all the objectives. You've either got to put a unit out on each of them, or you've got to expose a unit to shoot each of them, and then we'll start the game turn 2 under those kind of. But again, you've got a completely different sort of plan for them, and I think what you're doing is really smart. I really like how you use the Nurglings as well, because I've got 1 unit in my list, just a 6-man, and I've always thought another one wasn't really valuable because I found the 6-man again just gums things up, same as yours, trying to deploy the vehicle, or sometimes on UKTC just screens the sort of, because you can stage basically like 6 inches apart from each other, and you just put like a meat shield. But yeah, yours it's a really interesting contest. I did want to ask, is there anything that like now you've played with it a bit is there anything that's like a next evolution of it, or is it just kind of it's perfect as it is? Because you already mentioned the change to maybe a flesh mower from the spitter drone, or is it kind of like just shelved now to sort of move on to other things, or
Very quickly before you answer that one, I just want to say thank you very much to Meds for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much for the support. I really, really appreciate it. Also, my dad is in the chat.
Nice.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's just put, so wait, is Aiden not Death Guard number 1 anymore? No, Dad, I'm not Death Guard number 1. Derek is. To which he replied, he is dead to me now, so thanks, Dad.
That's a good dad right there.
No worries, Dad.
That's a good dad.
So you've been adopted, Derek.
just back to being family display. Derek's the new me. That's fine. Okay.
That's fucking awesome.
Sorry, go on, Derek.
That's hilarious. I did that for like a little bit. I'll like tell my family like, hey, I'm number 1, whatever, and then they'll ask me again. I'm like, no, I'm number 8 now. You just feel so bad about yourself. Yeah, I honestly think after playing like 8 straight games with this, the only 2 that I lost, I would definitely replay that game again, and I probably could win that game. But no, I think this list is final for what I play it like, and it answers a lot of questions. The only change, like I said, is instead of the plague spitter with the flamer, the 2d6 flamer, I would just go the flesh mower, and just have more melee attacks, 2 damage, could actually do something to vehicles rather than the flamer not doing anything to vehicles. So I feel like this list is like solid. Nothing I would change about it if I were to play it again.
So one last thing I want to talk about the list, because obviously Derek's gone through this full list for like an hour on his channel.
Yes, we will.
Check it out. But I don't want to rag on it too much, Jane. Obviously, you're going to be having a ton of videos speaking about your games and whatnot. You've already got your round 1 and 2 out, and you'll obviously be doing more. So he's going to speak lots and lots of it there. So I don't want to repeat what you're just going to be saying in your own stuff. So I just want to say real quickly, one thing I did really like about the list, though, is the fact that one thing you did say was that the unconditional 6-inch deep strike, because everyone's gotten used to the Death Shroud deep strike now. The 6 inches, I just stay out of contagion, I pre-measure it, I don't get 6-inch deep strike on. This detachment is the only other way to get a non-conditional. It's conditional in the sense that you have to be around beckoning blight, but that is out of your opponent's control, apart from screening again, which is why Derek fights for so much board space early with his Nurglings. Because I think when you run out Beast and Nurgle there, well, I think Solo Beast and Nurgle are great for a trading sort of game plan where you want to get good trades out opponent. But I think Derek's list is fighting for board control early to set up that big turn 2 sort of go turn.
Yeah.
And I think in that sense, like the Beckoning Blight is just so vital. I don't think you really play Taliban without Beckoning Blight. I think it is. It kind of is. There's some enhancements in the game that entire lists are built around, and this is genuinely like one of them. And as you said, and you'll see in his games, like the ability to just be like, even sometimes you'll just deep strike at 9 with a Death Shroud squad, because you still get your flamers, your Lord of Virulence, so you can still just shoot something from 9 away. But then that sets you up a 6-inch deep strike. So whereas your opponent's been going, okay, I'm safe from contagion, I'm not going to get 6-inch deep strike here, and then suddenly like, oh no, wait, you are still getting 6-inch deep striked on, because I'm just going to go Lord of Virulence first, then Rotagus, or the Plague Bearers have a 5-inch charge deep strike, which I find is hilarious. People are mad about 6-inch charge deep strikes. Wait till you get 5-inch charge deep strike.
Yep. Yeah, if you could fit in a Tallyman, like I was kind of CP hungry a lot. Like if you could fit in a Tallyman, like that would definitely be good. So like tweak it a little bit, just throw that Tallyman in there, just potentially for 1 extra CP. But yeah, we didn't really mention it, but this list is built around the 12-inch deep strike, and I love rapid ingress because you have so many options with this list to rapid. You can rapid the Nurglings, the Lord of Virulence, the Rotagus, the Plague Bearers, the Death Shroud. Like you can literally rapid whatever you want. Usually you make a list, like when you're building a list, you're like, all right, what unit am I going to rapid? And every game it's the same. Like, all right, I'm going to rapid this unit every single time. This list, you can fucking rapid anything. You're like, I have so many options to rapid. Like, hey, he didn't put anything on that objective over there. Let me just rapid my Plague Bearers, make it sticky. His tank is wide open over there. Let me rapid my Death Shroud and have like a 4-inch charge. These guys are about to charge my Rhino, but they're 1 wound models. Let me rapid my Lord of Virulence and then Overwatch. Like there's so many options in this list that give you rapid targets. And then most of the time you could like rapid the Lord of Virulence to get a really good Overwatch target or even a countercharge target. And then that way now he's on the table. You don't have to put them in contagion. So when he's on the table, you can now use them as contagion threats because they can then move up 5. Their contagion's fucking 9 inches on turn 2. Right? Because it's plus 3 inches on turn 2 if they were near a demon unit. You can drop in your 3-man Nurglings in the back, put them within 7 inches of your guy super far forward. Now they're 9 inches further from that. So that's why the 3-man is really good as well. Like they come down pretty far away just to spread contagion or block charges, stuff like that. So once he comes down, is on the table, that's when you're like, all right, most of my army is going to be within 12 inches of him to flamer, shoot, charge, block, tie up, all that stuff. So yeah, Beckoning Blight is the best, I think, enhancement we have in this entire game, or this
Nice.
codex, you know.
So what we'll do that, I was going to say what we'll do then. So again, we'll leave that list for now because obviously Derek's.
Yeah.
If you want more information, Derek's list, please check out 40k Dirtbags. Go watch the video he's got on the list, and then he's got the round breakdown, so you can go check that out. One thing I want to ask you then, it's sort of moving more towards generic Death Guard, is so you've been playing Death Guard for basically the entire season at this point. Give us your overall opinion on maining this army, because obviously you've mained like Grey Knights in the past, you've mained Chaos Bloods in the past. How does it compare? What do you like? What don't you like? And oh boy, do you miss moving more than 5 inches a time?
That's such a big question, right? Like what? I mean, it's completely different. Like it is a different type of army than yours. Like if you compare Grey Knights, you know, fast, mobile, uppy, downy, literally everywhere. Chaos Space Marines it's more like generic. They're just Space Marines, just chaos. But then Death Guard, when they got the extra speed buff, that definitely helped out so much. It's like a 20% increase from 4 to 5, and people don't realize how big that is, but that's huge. I think Death Guard as a whole is, I would still put them as like a B, A tier army. Like they have the tools, but the biggest thing, and we talked about this in your last video, where people know what they do now. Like anytime a new codex comes out and people have no idea what the hell they do until they face them. Well, when Death Guard came out, what percentage of the meta was Death Guard? Like 20? Like 20% of the...
It was
a lot.
It was huge. So people got the reps into Death Guard, and the 6-inch Deep Strike turned into like the worst thing in the game to now, oh, it's not that bad. I just need like a 50-point scout unit to block out a 280-point unit. So that was the biggest thing, is like once people realized what Death Guard do, it was a huge meta shift. Like people started gearing lists towards it, or just bringing more chaff to throw forward, like throwing a rhino forward instead of like keeping it back. Once you realize what they do, now playing Death Guard is going to be harder, because you might pick up the game at the army and be like, oh, this is easy, they're really good, I'll just run over my opponent. And you'll play somebody that knows how to play them, and you just get tabled because you can't bring in your Death Shroud in a good spot to do something. So I feel like Death Guard and Spot are still B, A tier with good players, but they're not meta chasing. Like they're not the top list or army that you're going to be fearful at a GT. Like there wasn't a Death Guard in top 16 this year at Worlds. It was just, it wasn't, it's not the number one army out there. Now, what I like about Death Guard still is it has a lot of options. Like the thematic of the codex made sense. I wish they kept the weapon skill, ballistic skill, instead of the -1 hit. Like I think that would have definitely helped them. Like that still probably would have pushed them to A tier. I like the different detachments. Like every detachment is different based off your playstyle, and we still have a really cool Primarch. Like the Primarch had a huge buff. The only reason you can't run them is because of the terrain, which sucks.
Yeah.
But I think Death Guard are good, but we have a lot of challenges right now.
So here's a question then with Morty, because I think this leads to another sort of like good sort of step on. Morty, is it partly the terrain, or is it also meta as well? Because it's getting increasingly killy, and having, like we talked about, the 10 Plague Marines. Admittedly, Morty does a bit more than the Plague Marines. He's a buff piece to come out late game. Do you think what do you think the meta looks like for Death Guard at the moment? What would you be taking towards? Because obviously, you've done really well with Worlds. I mean, maybe it's this list, but you mentioned before we went live, you had quite a few lists in your phone that you kind of been, workshopping. What have you got? What's some spice you think? What do you think we should be looking at as Death Guard players right now?
So Virulent Victorum, you're probably going to see, 70% of the time, and then Morty's Hammer is going to be the other part. You probably will never see Taliban unless it's people watching this channel to play Taliban. But most of the time it's going to be Virulent Victorum or Morty's Hammer. So I feel like if you don't run Morty, you'll have more success with it, unless you're really good with Morty, because I was just really good with Morty. Like I didn't bring him out turn 1 almost ever. The line of sight angles with a laser, super key. Like just sticking out barely the wingtip to see one unit to try and kill it is so key. Most players that play Morty, they put him on the table, they run him out turn 1, and then he blows up. And like, all right, Morty sucks. Like
why did the 10 Fire Dragons in Fugan kill Morty in one turn?
Yep. Against Eldar, you have to deep strike Morty every time. Like you don't start Morty on the table against Eldar.
No, you just have to get killed.
Yep. So playing Morty, you have to practice them, you have to not commit them. And my list with Virulent Victorum with Morty was like, here's my whole army on turn 2. Can you kill everything? And if not, I usually win. If you kill everything, obviously you get tabled. But if they go into Mortarion, that's the trick. If you want them to go into Mortarion, because he's got a 2-up, 4-up, 5-up Field of Pain. And if they don't go into Mortarion, you basically win, because now your Death Shroud are just sweeping off the rest of the table. So if you're playing Morty, keep them turn 1. Turn 2, bring them out 10 inches, maybe charge something, push them a little bit further up the table, bring both your Death Shroud units down, and then your Rhino, and basically everything is on the middle line, if not forward, and now you're playing a stat check type game. So that's how you're going to run Morty. I think Morty's only good in Virulent Victorum, maybe the zombie detachment, because he can't die. and those are really the only two detachments I think Morty's good in.
Yeah.
But the main list, we're going back to that. So the main list that I would probably be running if you're playing Death Guard is just Virulent Victorum, Demon Prince, 2 Death Shroud units, 2 Plague Casters for the Plague Bust, Tallyman, Rhino, 2 Plague Marines, Chaos Spawn, 3 Heavy Blade Launchers, 2 Mythic Blade Haulers, and 2 boxes. That's the standard Death Guard list. Like that list is just
that's pretty much what I'd say is about. Yeah, that's like if you are new to Death Guard getting into competitive, that is the most bread and butter list you can bring. And like, I'm not going to say it's going to go out there and win like 5-0s, GTs, and majors, but it will always do well because it's just core Death Guard.
Yeah, that is the standard list.
solid.
If you're playing Death Guard, bringing this list, you'll have fun, you'll do well. Boom, easy. Same with Hammer. Hammer is you just take out the Demon Prince, take out. The Plague Bus is fucking insane in Hammer.
Oh yeah, move through
yeah.
walls, give it a assault. Hell yeah.
Have you also seen the upgrade where you can give one of them a 24-inch range flamer?
Yeah, like what?
It's nuts, isn't it?
and the Rhino just moves through a wall. So you're just like, here's a Rhino Plague Bust through the wall, 15 inches forward, can advance and shoot. Like it's dumb.
It's no. So before we, because obviously we'll go maybe some sort of more obscure lists, because Hammer's one that's completely fallen off. So, big good point. What do you think Hammer looks like at the moment then? Because I think a lot of Death Guard players are kind of.
I want Derek's
swinging
opinion on the Plague Burst Crawler. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to set up. So yeah.
He's like trying for me to play the Plague Burst Crawlers. You heard me say is I don't run the meta lists. So like when everybody's running Morty's Hammer and Virulent Victorian with the Knight, or Morty's Hammer with the Knight, like the Plague Burst Crawlers, it was just 3 Plague Burst Crawlers and all the drones. Like that was just dumb. It was really good. I just don't think the points are worth it at all. I hate hitting on 4s. Like that's like one of my worst things to do is just hitting on 4s. Hitting on 3s I hate. So hitting on 4s is just fucking god awful. So I just don't like the Plague Burst Crawlers. That's not my forte. I know you guys love it. But I just can't see myself sitting in the back.
I didn't play a single game with Morty's Hammer. When it came out, I was like, that is dumb. I hate it. And I'm normally a PBC connoisseur, but I'm just like, I refuse to play this stupid list where it's just I sit here and kill you from across the table with 500 tanks.
I would play Tau or guard. Like I would just play another army if I want to sit back and roll dice all game. Like it's no interaction. It's not fun. Your opponent's not having fun. Like it's not my game play style. Like I want to get into combat and like fight you. So sitting back and just shooting from afar is why I don't play Tau. I play Kroot. So
no, I think that's very fair. I mean, I started with Hammer, but I also don't like PBCs. I'm the one of the three of us who doesn't play them. I ran it with with Defilers, but then when they put Defilers in the base, they literally skilled the list. The most unexpected list nerf that I've ever received. I tried it with the bases, and it was these are dead now. So yeah, I had to go back to the drawing board. But
160mm base.
Yeah,
I tried it. I tried it at a RTT, and it's so bad. Like I tried to like countercharge. I needed I don't know, like a 6, but I couldn't land where I wanted to land. Like it's so bad.
Even in Hammer, I think those bases are too big. Even moving through a wall, I think they're just stupidly big. But at 165 points, maybe it's right they have that base because they were stupid cheap before then, and they kept the points. I don't know, but. What were you going to say? And so I was
going to say when I played the Defiler with the base, I have never been unintentionally move blocked by my opponent more than ever. Like one random model that he definitely did not put there on purpose is now move blocking my entire thing, and I'm like, oh, you've move blocked me. He's like, have I? I'm like, yeah, I can't go within an inch of that guy, and my base can't fit in that wall, so I can't go there now. And he's like, oh. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, at least like the walking, you can kind of get weird angles, kind of like the Tal ships where they're all curved. Like you can kind of turn them in a weird angle and fit there. It's just, I don't know why they put the base size. Maybe they just like don't want you to run a Defiler. Yeah,
it was definitely an odd choice. I think it's on the Soul Grinder, isn't it? I feel like just copy pasted the fact the Soul Grinder had one and didn't realise because the kit isn't even sold with them. So it's still not sold with the base, which makes me laugh. But I mean, with the base, no one's buying it, so the kit doesn't sell and no one's noticed. But what are some units?
Do you have like a updated because again, after Worlds, I just started making fucking lists. I was like, all right, let's just go crazy. I think a really good Morty's Hammer list. If you're not going to bring in the Knight, if you bring the Knight, I think the Knight is still really good in Morty's Hammer. But it's Lord of Contagion with 1 Death Shroud unit just to kind of come down and just kill whatever the hell they want, because you can just put a Contagion on a unit. Again, I've ran Morty's Hammer once.
To make use of that.
Yeah, I ran Morty's Hammer once at an RTT with a Defiler. Like, that's how random I ran this detachment. So if I were to run this detachment seriously, it would be Lord of Contagion, 1 Death Shroud, solo Lord of Virulence with the enhancement, 2 Playcasters with a Rhino, because why not? Typhus solo. I miss Typhus being 90 points. I don't know why he increased to 100 points. Like, he was such a good like lone solo like unit. And actually, I always rolled the 1 with Typhus. I'm sure you guys do too. And I always put 3 mortals on him every single time. I didn't know it was D3.
We did a show about it and everything, because it's like he kills himself way more than he should. He's like depressed.
I didn't know.
The problem is it's always
D3,
at the most inopportune moment. Like, you're doing mortal wounds to like a 24 wound knight, you'll do like 5 to it. You're trying to finish off a 1 wound unit, 1.
Yep.
Every single time.
Every time. Especially TTS.
So go. What else in the list? I'm very curious. This is sounding quite spicy.
So those are the characters. You have a Rhino, obviously, for the Plague Bus. I think the Plague Bus in every fucking list I made so far.
I'm so glad you're a Plague Bus convert.
So he's got the extra 12-inch shooting. So you can like get out 24 inches away, shoot the Rhino at something, and then shoot your fucking Flamer 24 inches away at full rerolls to wound. That is dumb.
It's nuts, isn't it?
So obviously
I can give you the one free Overwatch.
What? Oh, you can't Overwatch with
free
it.
Overwatch as well. No, but you can if you give the other one, because there's a 15-point enhancement for free Overwatch in it, so you can have one caster shooting 24 inches, the other one Overwatching for free.
Yeah, that's crazy. Spawn should be in every list. 1 Death Shroud unit, 2 Flesh Mowers, 3 Heavy Blight Launchers, 5 Mythic Blight Haulers. 2-2-1.
Okay, that's spicy.
2-2-1. You could go 2-2-2 if you don't want to bring Typhus. So it's 6 fucking haulers just running around everywhere, and then 2 Poxwalkers, 1 in your backfield, 1 forward. And it's just, I think this list could be insane.
So was there PBCs in there, or was there no PBCs?
No PBC.
No PBCs.
Nice. Okay, it's quite a spicy list.
So
do you think you'll test that then, or?
Yeah, if I throw Death Guard again on the channel, it would be this or I think Flyblown. I have like 7 Flyblown lists.
Go on then. I'll tell you what.
That's 11 demon engines, a plague boss, because you've got 5 haulers, 2 normal drones, 3 HBL drones, so 10 engines. So which is still crazy. Like, you can get 10 engines for like just over 1,000 points because of the 120 on the HBL drones. Plague boss still got a lot of Contagion and Death Shroud squad. Still got scoring things in there as well. I quite like it. I just think the demon engines are silly.
You have the spawn, you have the Poxwalkers, you have Typhus, you have the Rhino, you have the Plaguecasters, you have the Lord of Virulence, you have Action Monkeys, and then everything else is just set to go kill your opponent.
You could even swap Typhus for a second Lord of Virulence in that,
Yeah, like
just to have yeah.
But Typhus could be there just for like come down, do mortals in an action, come down, like do whatever. It's 1 40 mil base, like, or 50 mil base, like you're not gonna block him out. So you can put him with the Death Shroud if you wanted to, or have the Death Shroud solo. Like, there's so many flips options that you can bring with that, or you can swap the Lord of Contagion with the Lord of Virulence, like another Lord of Virulence, and then put that free Overwatch on him. So when you wrap it,
nice
0 CP, you can free Overwatch. Like something like
pretty
that.
Sweet.
That would be cool. That would be CP management right there.
So, because you mentioned there, let's talk about Flyborn then, because I think Flyborn, certainly in the UK.
Just very quickly, Will, because we got a super chat just for Derek. So thank you very much to RPM's Roger for the $5 super chat. He says, Derek, what is your favorite unit in the Codex, and what unit do you think is undervalued?
Lord of Contagion, 100%. Like, I think that guy just murders everything.
Stupid.
I had a Lord of Contagion solo Adorn.
Nice.
Wow.
One
Nice.
one round, it just one shot the Dorn. It was in Virulent Victorium with the dev wounds. Charged in, rolled it. He failed like 3 saves, and I had 3 dev. I was like, I'm sorry,
Nice.
man. He's like, yep, that thing is gone. I was like, dude, that is insane. Yeah, that's probably my favorite unit. The undervalued one.
If you say icon bearer, I'm gonna slap you, Derek.
I feel like you've alluded to the undervalued one at this point. I feel like it's kind of is it maybe it's over, maybe people know about it on this channel because we've talked about it so much. So you're not allowed to say the plague bus. There you go. What's an undervalued that isn't the plague bus?
I'm looking. So honestly, it's probably the spawn. Like if you're not playing spawn correctly, there's definitely some. Like there's you could practice spawn every single game and you can play them differently every single game, but 1 to 2 1 unit spawn should be in every single list. 2 spawn is just so good. The scout, the T7, the 5 Feel No Pain, like the mortal's back in melee, like it is so undervalued. I think the spawn would be like the one that people should be really, really good at. A lot of people don't think that turn 1 secondaries, like if you get tempting target, you just missed out on an easy 5 points.
Oh yeah.
And if you set up turn 1 with spawn like in the middle of your 2 right objectives, like the farthest one that it's really hard to get to, and the center, you already have the top left like kind of down. So you're like, all right, I'm going first. Let me scout 6 inches towards that objective all the way over there. And then you're like, all right, I have tempting target. Which target do you want me to tempt? And you can get to all of them. It's like the easiest 5 points that you can get on the game. So
when I took Shamble Rot and I infiltrated Poxhawkers and I got turn 1 tempted, I'm just like, cool, that's 5 points. That's like mine.
Yep.
Turn 1.
Tempting target area denial
Cool.
turn 1. Pro.
Cool. So yeah, go to your fly blown idea then.
All right. So which of the 7 would you like to hear?
The one that you are the most likely to put on your stream so people can be, if they want to see it, they've got a good chance that they're going to be able to see it get played.
Okay, so the one I'm most likely to play, if you know 40k Dirtbags, we don't play normal shit. So fucking hilarious that you literally just said icon bearer, because that is in my list.
Yeah.
You've got plague surgeon in there as well.
Oh my god. Okay. I probably have the icon bearer instead of the. Why did I bring the icon bearer? God, I haven't made this in forever. All right.
I don't even know what his data sheet rule is. I was thinking that when you said that, I was wrapped my brain.
It does add 1 to the objective control, and once per battle at the start of any phase, you can select 1 Death Guard unit within 12 inches and no longer battle shocked. Okay, so I brought the.
I mean, the +1 OC is pretty good.
Yeah, the +1. So 3 OBSEC Plague Marines, pretty cool. So Demon Prince, Icon Bearer with Plague Veil, so Lone Op 18. Solo Lord of Contagion with the Rejuvenating Swarm.
Heals full, yeah.
2 Lord of Poxes. Oh, that's why, because 70 points and Lord of Poxes are 75 points. That's why. So I have technically like 3 Lone Op 18 Lord of Poxes, right? Tallyman for 50. And then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 Plague Marines.
Nice.
2 Mythic Blade Haulers and 1 10-man Poxwalker. So,
how are the plague marines attached then? I'm guessing 3 of them are going to be the classic sorcerer and Balagist Putrefier.
I already said my characters. I already said my characters.
No, there's one, it's just
God,
one
yeah. But that was the end. I'm sorry.
So
3 18-inch blown ups, one of which is OC3, which, like, genuinely, when you start playing with OC, like especially if you play Rotagus recently, like, you notice how many units are actually like 1 OC and people just don't pay attention to OC until it bites you in the ass and then you really feel it. So, like, having like a single Plague Marine be able to contest an objective against a tank is kind of stupid.
So how this works is you have the Poxwalkers can either infiltrate or hang back on your home field objective. Like that's all they do. The 2 mythic plate haulers are there for the 1 strat for the -1 to wound. So any unit on the table can be -1 to wound. Everything in your army basically has stealth. So everything is stealthy, and everything is a scout. What, 5? Scout 6, scout 5. So your entire
scout
army,
5, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. So your entire army can scout. You basically are going to start 30 poxes or 30 plague marines on the table. They're all lone op 18, and then you have 2 20-mans in reserves that could just walk in from the table edge and get full rerolls to hit within 12 inches with all of their weapons. So they're basically going to walk on, full rerolls to hit, and hopefully just murder something. And then your demon prince is lone op 12 within infantry. So you have like 4 lone op. Everything on the table is lone up. Everything is on the table is lone up. And your blight haulers are going to kind of just hang back behind cover and give -1 to wound if somebody actually gets in range of you. So their stealth, you can do -1 to hit if you really need to, but stealth -1 to their armor save and -1 to wound with the blight haulers.
Nice. Okay.
Who the hell knows what this is going to do?
So then you mentioned then that was going to be like the list you probably put in the challenge. So you like to be a bit off meta, shall we say, or kind of like create your own meta. What do you think would be the most sort of common for the detachment then, sort of going like the direction with it? Because it's all quite new to us in the UK. Like we never really see Flyborn or or people even sort of talking about it. So it's quite curious to hear you think that's like where the spice is.
The only issue is like there's no sticky. So like not having sticky, you miss out on so much stuff. You feel more stressed because if you play like knights or somebody that is indirect, your boxes just die on turn 1 or 2, and now you have to keep something on your backfield for primary. So this is always going to be number 3 or below with Flyblown. It's like number 1 Virulent Vectorum, number 2 Taliban, and then probably number 3 Morty's Hammer or Flyblown, and then the rest. So like that's how I would rank them. But I think Flyblown has great strats, stealth built in, and a scout. Like those things are just insane in Death Guard. You want to go with the -1 leadership ore in this attachment because they have a 1 CP strat in the start of the fight phase. So either player's fight phase, they have to do a leadership test at -1. So they charge you or you charge them 1 CP, they're -2 leadership because all of your units have the icons. So everything is -2 leadership. So most of the time they're going to fail. So now they can't do any strats. They're OPSEC 0. Like they're just screwed. So that's kind of what the whole thing's built around. I think it's standard.
They hold no primary.
Yeah, exactly. And you're fucking 2 OPSEC everywhere. Standard Flyblown would be something like Barless Putrefier, Demon Prince, Lord of Contagion with the Druid-Naming Swarm, Lord of Virulence with the Drowning Chorus, which is Assault. Malignant Plaguecaster with the Plague Veil. So you have the Plaguecaster, Putrefier, Lone Op 18 with a 10-man, Tallyman, Typhus, 1 10-man, 1 5-man Plague Marine, 1 10-man Blight Lords. They're insane in Flyblown. So them coming down via Deep Strike or starting on the table, move up, scout, and then advance, but they get full rerolls to hit within half range and full rerolls to wound because of the Lord of Virulence. So they just murder so much with +1 strength, +1 AP, -1 to their armor save. It's like AP4 bolters.
Genuinely shoot ridiculously hard.
AP3 bolters or something.
Yep.
So that spawn 1 unit Death Shroud, 3 Blight Haulers, and Poxwalkers. And that I think would be like
nice,
a really hard hitting, good Flyblown list.
Nice. Okay. So, because obviously we're kind of approaching the end of the hour now, so I think I think you've probably got open, Aidan. If chat got any questions that they want to ask Derek, is anyone sort of, maybe is this a good time to sort of run through and see what the community have got to know? We've done some super chats, but is there anything that's just kind of coming from the more general sort of conversation?
I'll have a look through chat and find some questions now. But Derek, if you want to take a moment then to shout out sort of like your plans upcoming for like whether it's the next season or up on the channel, and also just sort of plug yourself a little bit while I find you some questions in the chat.
Yeah, I want to see what you guys got planned for Death Guard as well, because I know like you you're trying like every detachment. I saw like I think my favorite one was the Terminator one that you ran. That was super cool. That detachment I really like. It's just it's not the top 3 or 4 detachments that we can run, but I think it's just so fucking cool with the
problem I have in
Terminators.
that one is it got nerfed. Like it caught the nerf because it has a lot of Death Shroud in it. It caught like a 240 point nerf that list, and it wasn't even like that bad, like because it was Death Lord's chosen. So if points get reverted, I think like that list could be interesting again because you can run the list because it's the same 10 Blight Lords, triple 3-man Death Shroud, 2 with Lord of Contagion, 1 with Typhus, Lord of Virulence with the Blight Lords. But I've had to basically drop all the Demon Engine support because I used to be able to go 3 heavy Blight Launch drones and 2 haulers, whereas now the list basically only has 2 heavy Blight Launch drones. Because you need the spawn still to be able to push up. Double spawn that list is super important because obviously it's all about the drop, having that massive go turn. There is an argument to be made, like you could drop back on like Poxwalkers, try and get a 3rd drone in. I think if we do get any points drops, which maybe we get some small ones, because win rates overall for Death Guard are a little low on average at the moment. Whether we need it or not is debatable. But if it does, I think that kind of shoots up a bit. But like at the moment for me, because I'm practicing for teams quite a bit, which is coming to ITT, it's either going to be somewhat similar to your Taliban list, which I'm actually taking to GT this weekend, is actually your full-on list.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I want to give it a whirl. I want to give it a whirl, man. I really want to give it a whirl to see how it goes. So that's why I was watching your entire video. I've been like, right, I got to learn. And I learned about the beckoning blight wrapping. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But the other one I've sort of been working on was the one that I took to an RTT and got 300 points with, which is the 11 tanks and 100 zombies build for Shamble Rot. So it's double malignant plaguecaster, plague boss. One of them's got Sorrow Siphon and actually rides around with 10 plague poxwalkers. So that's the one where you kill up to D3 poxwalkers, get +1 damage. It's kind of stupid. I overwatched a Dread Knight and did 11 damage to it on Overwatch.
Oh my god!
With a single playcaster, I was like, cool, damage 4 playcasters. Especially at the moment we got Victrix Guard and stuff coming in. Just having the floor of it be damage 2 and the ceiling be damage floor is kind of crazy. Like you shoot elites and you have a 66% chance to just kill them. Makes it kind of stupid. And then it's one big 20-man, which is debatable. That has a Noxious Blightbringer with the +1 OC effective leadership 5 enhancement. With Typhus in there as well. That's just sort of like the middle brick that just sort of exists and puts OC on points. Because again, as you said before, OC2 really matters, especially when you've got like a unit of 20 guys and you play on the hidden supplies and there's 2 objectives in the center near each other. You just spread across the entire thing and you're like, even if they fully commit to come out and kill it, it's like a 200-point unit. I'm like, cool, now just line up every single tank and shoot you. Like, that's fine with me. Then it's 5 10-man Poxwalkers because I actually find the MSU Poxwalkers work better in Shamble Rot. So I have one big 20-man and then the 10-man, and it's just constant bad. It's just constant bad trades because you just put here's 10 Poxwalkers that either move block you or still an objective. You've got to kill them, and trust me, you are going to run out of 65 point or less units far quicker than I am because I'm just going to respawn in another 3 units of 10 as well. And then from there, it's just punishing them. So it's got 2 normal bloat drones. I have spitters on them, but again, I'm sure you have the same thing, Derek, where you keep going back and forth between mowers and spitters because I love the Overwatch potential, but then sometimes you shoot them and they don't really do anything.
Roll 4
like,
or something.
Or if you come into, it's annoying because you come into a 1 wound matchup like Eldar or Dark Eldar, and they're amazing. Like picking up 1 wound models left and right, and you come across like Marines, like an elite Marine build, like it's like Custodes with 3 wounds, and you're like, cool, maybe I kill like 1 model a turn, and you wish you had the flesh mowers. Then it's triple heavy blight launcher drone, triple methodic blight hauler, and 2 predator destructors just to keep the AP up on against infantry because I often run -1 save in that detachment. Now the predators, I kind of wish were a bit cheaper. I'm kind of a bit weird on predators. They're pretty good. I just wish the rule worked on like vehicles as well. I wish they were castigators basically. If they were castigators, 100% I'd love them every time. So they're like the bit that could potentially be changed. But it worked pretty well at the RTT. It's people just basically couldn't outtrade it, constantly just getting bombarded by demon engines. So I'm interested to see how that goes. That's potentially a teams list because again, 100 Poxwalkers, 11 tanks is quite a weird challenge to give to an enemy team to like sort of deal with. It's really good at obviously move blocking. If anything hasn't got fly, it's just like cool. I'm just going to score 2 turns of 15 and
was that the list?
Shit about it.
Was that the list that you launched up the plague boss and killed all the witches?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, that
just
was-
launched it up, just back to the wall, and was just like dead.
That was fucking amazing. That was like one of the best things. I told everybody at Worlds, I was like, if I see witches, that's what I'm doing. Like, just here.
I was like, okay, so to charge me at the moment phase, how many CP is that? 2. And this is turn 1. Yes, you have 1. He was like, yes. I was like, okay, bye. I'm dead.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, so they're sort of the ones I'm looking at. I think VV is still good, but I think, again, especially when you're going against like if you're trying to get to top tables and stuff, VV is just a little bit too figured out right now. It doesn't offer you like, again, the plays that your Taliban list can make, or like just the weirdness of Shambler, or just denying primary and just move blocking a lot. So they're where I'm personally at on the 2 of them. But I'm really looking forward to trying out your Taliban list this weekend, because I love toolboxy lists, especially when it comes to winning off primary rather than tabling. So when I saw it, I was like, that's really cool. Because I was trying another version of it, which had more engines and had a lot of poxes, because obviously he has the 3-inch extra contagion. So on turn 2, he has a 12-inch contagion range. If you're near some demons, that's pretty cool to just be like, launching forward, your entire deployment's got a 24-inch bubble of contagion in it now from one model. So that was something I was trying. But I found that when I played it, it was a lot of dependency on this lot of poxes getting in there, and if your opponent got first turn and move blocked him, or just kind of like knew to go and sacrifice something to kill the rhino to get him out, it could be a bit thingy. So I've got, like I said, I'm going to try out your one this weekend, where it's like the beckoning blight and the LOV and stuff like that, and the nurgling screen to push forward. So but I think Taliban, as we've said in previous episodes, we need to start focusing more on our tricks rather than just being the standard death guard that everyone's used to playing with, and I think Taliban offers that. I think Shamble as well has some play in it like that. It's just the problem with Shamble is, as Will played it recently, if you have a bad shooting phase, because that list has no melee and it's no death shroud, anything to back it up, if you have a 1 bounce turn on shooting, which can happen, like bloat drone, especially with no rerolls to hit and no rerolls to shot amounts, if that happens, it can kind of snowball, get a bit bad. But so far, it's been enough bullets to get over the averages most times. But yeah, that's sort of where I'm at currently with my thinking. And there's always champions of contagion. If I just run into a nightmare again and really want to kill a knight for 3 CP, that's always an option.
It sucks because like every Death Guard list has the same units, and Games Workshop really needs to just look at it and be like, all right, how can we have them bring other units to the armies? Because we have a lot of cool units, they just all aren't the best. Every list has the heavy blight launchers, mythic blight haulers, spawn, poxwalkers, death shroud, lord. Like, it's all the same. It's just different numbers. But what you said about the predator, like predators and other armies are so fucking good. Like, they just work all the time. And with us, when you limit it to just infantry, like, I want to have my +1 AP to everything. Like, have it on the predator itself, just like chaos.
Yeah.
And work on anything.
The old Predator was better, in my opinion. I much preferred it when it was just a selfish unit, but you just knew you didn't have to set up 2 units to make use of it. You just knew this thing is going to get +1 AP versus infantry, and you just fire down lanes with -1 save, and you're like, here's AP3 heavy bolters and an AP3 auto cannon.
Exactly.
Love that.
I mean, it kind of links in nicely to one of the questions actually there, Derek. So Dazza 0187 actually asks, what unit do you think needs a buff the most? Or, you know, if you had to pick, say, 2 or 3 units from the codex that you'd like to see a buff or a change, you know, what do you think that they could be?
The Predator is definitely number 1, and I think our Halberd is god awful.
Oh, the Hellboot's all right in Hammer, you know. I thought he was god awful until someone proved me Hammer, but he only works on terrain formats where that 7-inch moves from a staging position to an objective where you can clear something. Like, I think on maybe GW terrain where you've got all the big bases, he's probably not very good. I think it's more specifically UKTC and some of the WTC layouts. I think it might be a very specific thing, because he is a once and done unit, but his once and done, he can punch up massively if he gets to swing first in the right target. So that's something that I kind of picked up from speaking to other people, but I also agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying. I think he needs an invuln. I think he needs, I don't know, maybe he's even -1 damage or something built in, because he's made a paper and he's too many points for a once and done unit, because unless he gets to the right target, he just dies to a swift breeze.
Yeah, like
a Hellbrute is, I've tried it and he was okay, but then the problem is I played against a World Eater Hellbrute, And
Yes,
then I was like,
exactly.
why can't my help root do that?
Exactly.
It's like walk through half your army. You're like, oh.
Do anything like that. The chaos helper buffs, right? Like, so if this one buffed or something, like you get sustain and lethal with the chaos helper that can just like shoot from far, like that's cool. With us just getting +1 to wound while you're afflicted,
I feel like it's very lazy.
Like what
Yeah,
what the fuck does that do? That doesn't do anything. So like
it
it's only speed
turns a
7.
big knight. that's pretty much all it does. It just one turns a big knight or a tough vehicle without an invuln.
Okay,
but
so,
yeah, you are right.
So let's just give, for example, your demon hammer, right? You charge in with your demon hammer. You might have +2 attacks because you brought 2 melee fists. So you have 6 attacks. Hitting on 3s, you're going to miss twice probably. So 4s, and then you're going to wound on 3s. So you're going to miss 1 or twice. So you wound
on 2s.
Oh, +1 to wound. All right, so you wound on 2, so maybe you miss 1. So you're going to wound 2 to 3 times on average a knight. And then if it's AP 4, they have a 5-up invuln save, 4-up if they spend 1 CP. Like it's so swingy. That's if you get to the knight, speed 7. The other option is for 15 less points, you bring a Mythic Blightholler that speed 10 can move up, get +1 to wound built in, and could do almost the same amount of d6 plus 2 damage to a knight than the Hellbrew can for 15 less points.
Yeah, it's quite fair. I mean, yeah, I think that's a very valid point. My defense of the Hellbrute was more because I've heard of the podcast sing its praises, so I was sort of it did make me try it.
Mortals, because you could combine it with Tank Shock and be like, here's up to 9 mortal wounds. Like that was at least something unique you could do with it. So I feel like it could have got the +1 to wound and still kept the impact mortals, and it still would be fine. Like it still wouldn't be too much. But yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, anyway, time's ticking on. I don't want to take up too much of your time, Derek, because obviously give it graces for your period. Is there anything else you want to add or ask? Feel free, and obviously give a shout out to obviously your own channel. Go for it.
Yeah, so I appreciate you adding me to the podcast this week. That was fucking super fun. We got this year kind of like taking a step back, not really going to focus on one army, going to just play really whatever the hell I want this year. But if you guys want to check out the channel, we do tactics, battle reports, a shit ton, live videos every Monday. And then we're very competitive, but we do coaching as well. So we have the Patreon chat where you get either myself or another dirtbag coach to coach you in your corner. It's always good to have that professional coach that plays this game very, streamlined and knows like the current metas to be in your corner to ask questions, go ideas, lists, all that stuff. That's what the Patreon's all about. And if you guys are interested in the merch, I don't know if anybody else has the red, white, and blue merch, but that is in the merch store. They look fucking insane. I have like almost every army on the
it's sick.
On the website. So check that out. That helps support the channel a lot. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll read the comments with this video and then help you guys out. So thanks, guys.
Nice. So I guess we've got a bit of housekeeping to do on our side as well. So yeah, the merch you've got is amazing, and we've obviously got a merch store too. Dave's been adding loads of new things in there as well. So check that out. We've got a Plague Bus t-shirt. I
gotta get that now because that's so cool.
Get you one sorted out.
I feel like we need to send Derek some Plague Bus objective markers.
I'm a follower. I am a follower.
We're also we have dice with I was going to say Saltire Games there, but it's not. I'll jump the Saltire Games. We'll come back to the dice. Baron of Dice to our dice. There we go. If you're in the UK, reach out with us directly. Dave normally has some that he can ship to you if you don't want to pay the higher postage fees. Also, Saltire Games, our very good friend over there in Scotland, has some amazing objective markers and sort of just, I don't know, gaming sort of aids and things, not necessarily objective markers, things such as Contagion, things like that. Also, we're affiliated with Element Games, where if you buy anything from there, you can use our link, you get a nice little kickback. Also, the Discord, we have different tiers on there, where it's like £3 to enter. It's at the bottom level. Once you're in, and then you can, get access to the additional content. And we have a Blightlord tier, which is £10 a month, and then you get access to our to Aiden's plague surgery.
£7 a month. Well, fucking hell.
Is it 7? Sorry, I'm just making things up.
Throwing out numbers at this point.
I'm trying to run through it quickly, but also not forget stuff, and it's just all gone a bit wrong.
Don't worry about it.
And then there's also the Death Shroud tier, which is Aiden. Tell me how much that costs.
That was £9 a month. That's the highest one. That's just pure for support and love, and we really appreciate it. It helps us keep the channel on. Same with Derek. Obviously, Derek has his own membership level, so go and check them out as well, because generally, like, both of us are YouTube channels. We both are completely reliant on our viewers' support and whatnot. So
it's all you guys.
We really do. Yeah, it's all you guys. Like the content wouldn't be here without your lot of support. So we all appreciate you all massively.
See, I think is where I'm going to put this out.
I just DC'd. Oh no, Will's DC'd. Oh, okay, there you go.
I was like, wait, what happened?
I was like, you were very still then, Derek. Honestly, okay, Will's dead.
Will's gone.
So Will's gone.
So
in the most amazing
helper,
pose ever.
How fucking bad is it? So bad.
I hate the helper. It's so shit. Right, but
so
anyway, I'm gonna let you go, mate, because obviously you've already been over 15 minutes, and I really appreciate sticking around for that. Thank you very much, Don Houston, for the $3.33 super chat.
Don.
When's my coaching lesson? You don't need one, Don. Stop asking for it.
Don.
Honestly, he's always there.
Isn't he the Crab Houston? Like he runs the crab.
Don the Crab Houston. Yep, it is the crab man himself, the crab lord. But yeah, so thank you so much for coming. We'll make sure to get you back on again at some point. Congratulations once again on getting the rank 1 Death Guard. Hang that banner high, good sir. You truly deserved it, and I look forward to what you're going to start bringing now, because obviously you're liberated. You're nice and free now. You can do what I can't. You can play over army.
Kroot, super fun. I started Space Marines. Me and my buddy Kiva were playing Space Marines a lot this year, trying to like branch out because I want to help other people play Space Marines. Raven Guard, we just played that on the channel. And just like weird shit from Chaos, Grey Knights, and Death Guard. Like you'll see still Death Guard on the channel, just weird. Like we just went over weird Death Guard shit. And if it works,
yeah, I saw.
We'll be that guy.
It's always cool to play something unique.
Definitely.
Don't be a sheep. Make your own meta.
Yes, 100%.
Anyway,
60 Plague Marines.
Thank you, 60 Plague Marines. I want to see it. I can't wait. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Thank you once again to Derek for joining us, and we'll make sure we get you back on the future. So
All right, guys, like I said, thanks for sticking towards the end. This is all of the merch. We have some options too. You guys can message me one-on-one on Discord if you guys are interested in any of these. We have some proxies that you guys have access to play in the game. We have the Cypher, which is badass. We have the Tech Priest, which usually has Grey Knight bits. We have the Phobos Librarian. We have the Phobos Lieutenant with combi weapon. We have the Caldus Assassin, which is one of the best prints we have. The old school Kodias, and now the new Lord of Contagion. You can't get this model anywhere unless you buy some really expensive thing, but the Lord of Contagion, awesome print. That is up for sale as well. The poker chips are great for sticky objectives. Those are coming in packs of 5. Then any of these stickers, usually we throw those in for really high orders, but if you guys want some stickers, you guys can get those as well. Now these widgets, they use them every single game. It's the 6-inch, 4-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch widgets. We are having a special on those. They're only $10. We do have upgraded ones as well with the black 40k Dirtbags logo. So if you guys are interested in any of those, message me. And then lastly, we just updated Rexar Laser's website. They do have laser lines. These are so rare in our community. It's crazy. And the ones that FLG have, they just die so fast. These are so strong, you can see them from across the room. They're insane, but Rexar Lasers are doing the Dirtbags logo on them because they are awesome sponsors of the channel. So head over to them in the description below. And they also have terrain pieces as well, which is if you use the code word Dirtbags in the checkout, you get free shipping on anything over $50. And now my favorite part of it is the merch store that we had set up for about a year now. It's doing very well. I love seeing these at tournaments. I love when you guys come up to me and you have the Dirtbag merch on. This is always updating. So if you guys don't have something, message me. We can always put a new logo up of something that you guys want to purchase. But we just upgraded a couple of the new Chaos stuff on here. But check out, like, they just look so cool. The red, white, and blue logos, they're on hats, they're on shirts. We have a bunch of different options and armies for you guys. You have the little Nurgling logo, which is sick. There's mugs, coffee mugs, which you can fit your whole hand in there, which is super clutch, and a bunch of the 40k Dirtbag logos as well. But like I said, if any stuff you want on here, message me. But this stuff is in the description below in all my videos. This is how you support us and rep the Dirtbags at your local tournaments. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get. If you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons, you guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. If we really want to get a bigger studio going, that is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.